Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. First year class. Miss Rashta Tarak is here. We are on chapter number 12, and in the last lecture we discussed how to solve a right angle triangle. We talked about the solution of a triangle, and as we know that there are three elements and angles and three sides, six elements total, and at least we must know about three elements of them. Among them, one should be the side. Then we can solve the triangle. The similar is the case here. Now we will see that if a triangle is not a right angle triangle, then what to do. So let us see the triangle which is not a right angle triangle, that is called oblique triangle, and those triangles are of this type, can be acute angled. Both these are acute angled, as you can see the three acute angles here, and or maybe obtuse angle, as you can see this angle is the obtuse angle here. The similar is written over there. A triangle which is not right is called an oblique triangle. It should not be right means there should not be any right angle, and you know the symbol how to represent the right angle, and you can't see any right angle in these three triangles, so these are called oblique triangles. We have learned the methods of solving right triangles. However, in solving oblique triangles, we have to make use of relations between the sides ABC. As you know that we represent the sides by small English alphabets ABC, which are opposite to capital A, capital B, and capital C, and the angles alpha, beta, gamma of such triangles, which are called law of cosines, law of sines, and law of tangents. We are going to use these three laws now. There are different formulas for cosine, sine, and tangents, and you need to memorize the formulas as their proofs are not included. So we will learn the formulas only, and then we will apply those formulas to solve the question. And you know that alpha, beta, gamma are the angles which are on points A, B, and C. Now, first of all, we see what is law of sines. It is a definition in any triangle ABC with usual notations. Prove that it is a statement of law of sines. A over sine alpha equal to B over sine beta equal to C over sine theta gamma. You can see that angle alpha is at point A, and A is the opposite side to capital A, that is alpha. The side opposite to alpha is small a, side opposite to beta is small b, and side opposite to gamma is small c. So you can memorize this formula in this way, and there are three sets of values, and to solve any triangle by using this law of sine, you must have one complete set. Means if one angle is given, then its opposite side should be given, or if the side is given, then its opposite angle should be given. Then you can use this law. Now we need to look at when this law can be applied, because when there is a question in the question paper, then it is not written over there that whether we are going to use which law. You need to detect yourself, you need to identify yourself by looking at the data. At once you must have in your mind that we are going to use that specific law, law of sines or cosines or tangents. Now when we can apply this law? When two angles and at least one side is given, because when two angles are given, then you know that sum of all the angles is equal to 180 degree, and you can find the third angle very easily. So if one side is given, then by these given two angles and finding the third angle, you can have one complete set of information. Then in number 2, if two sides are given and at least one opposite angle is given, because I told you in the past, in the previous lecture as well, that if you want to solve a triangle, then at least one side and two angles, or two sides and one angle should be given. Now there could be different cases. And what do you mean by opposite angle here? So if I want to, I need to try to tell you what do you mean by an opposite angle. So look at, I am going to form a triangle here. If it is a triangle, suppose, and if I am taking this side A, then it should be alpha. It should be alpha. This is what the opposite side. The side opposite to this alpha is A, and angle opposite to this side A is alpha. तो आमने सामने होंगे, साथ साथ होंगे वो नहीं, तो ऑपोजिट का यहाँ पे ये मीनिंग है हमारा. नाउ लुक एट हाउ टू यूज दिस इन द क्वेश्चंस. Exercise 12.4 is there, and solve the triangle if beta is given 60 degree, gamma is given 15 degree, and b is given equal to under root 6. And beta, I told you earlier that you need to consider the angle in degrees always. If there is missing anywhere, then you need to take it in degrees. So here you can consider that these are 60 degrees in such a way. Now as beta is given, so there should be b. You can see b here. So b and beta are given. First of all, when two angles are given, we need to find the third angle. So in solution, we will use this formula, alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to 180 degree. It is not new for you. And from there, alpha is equal to 180 minus beta minus gamma. And by putting the values and then simplifying, we get alpha equal to 105 degree. Now we'll use law of sines. I will write the whole statement. Whole statement has been written over here. And now we need to put the values which we are having. I have put the values. A is unknown, and instead of alpha 105 has been written, instead of beta 60 has been written, and b is replaced by under root 6 as it is given, and gamma is replaced by 15 degree, and c is unknown. Now what to do? We need to make separation. This under root 6 over sine 60 degree is along with both these. I have separated it. How I have separated it? Okay, then we need to look at again. I'm choosing a pen to tell you that we have used these two here, and we can use these two, because it is not possible to solve in this way as it was written. So we have separated these to get two equations. Now these two equations can be solved very easily. We will solve them one by one. First of all, by solving this, it is under root 6 over sine 60 into sine 105 degree, and after simplification it becomes 2.732, and calculator can also give this under root 3 plus 1. Actually in your book it is given under root 3 plus 1, and we know that under root 3 is equal to 1.732. So by adding 1 to it, it becomes 2.732. And scientific calculator has both these answers. Now we need to simplify the second one, this one. From there, c would be equal to under root 6 over sine 60 into sine 15 degree. And from there, after simplification, c becomes 0.732, and 0.7 3, 2 can also be written equal to under root 3 minus 1. I think so. In your book, this under root 3 minus 1 is given. I don't have book with me. I have solved it myself, but I know that both these are the representations, so I have written here. So in this way, you will use the law of sines. Now look at one more question, question number 2. Gamma is equal to 53 degree, alpha is 47, beta equal to b equal to 125. Again the same information, but beta is not here. We need to find the third angle first of all. We will find the third angle. After finding, it became equal to 80 degree. And now we will write the statement, put the values, and we will split it into two parts and solve them one by one. And from there, A is equal to 125 over sine 80 into sine 47, which is equal to 92.82, which is nearly equal to 93. Now take the second one and solve it. It will give C equal to 125 over sine 80 into sine 53. And there is one more part, but you will solve that part yourself. Now we need to look at the law of cosine. I think question number 5 also was included. You need to look in your book and you will solve, or may I have mentioned in the last line. So need to look at what is law of cosine now. In that way we have used law of sines. Actually there were only 5 questions in that exercise and 3 has been included. I have solved the 2 questions and you will solve the next one yourself. Now we need to look at law of cosines. In law of cosines, what is? There are 2 types of statements of law of cosine. If you want to find the one missing side, then you may use this. A square equal to b square plus c square minus 2bc cos alpha, and b square equal to c square plus a square minus 2ca cos beta, and c square equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab cos gamma. And you may see that if A is missing, then alpha should be here. If B is missing, then beta should be here, and C is missing, then gamma should be here. And if B and C are there, then it is BC. And if C and A are here, then it is 2CA. And if A and B are here, then it is 2AB. So you can memorize it very easily. Only you need to memorize one formula, or it can be written in another way. If you want to find the angle, it has been derived from here. If you shift all the things onto that side, that will become b square plus c square minus a square, and it will be here on right hand side 2bc cos alpha. You may derive yourself very easily. Just it is a plus minus division multiplication, and from there cos alpha is equal to b square plus c square minus a square over 2bc. How to memorize it? If alpha is to be found, then a square should be negative. If beta is to be found, then b square should be negative. And if gamma is to be found, then c square should be subtracted. And in the similar way, both positive sides product is used in denominator. So this one or this one, this one or this one, and this one or this one. You may use any formula according to situation by looking at the question which data is given and which is to be found. Now there is a specific case about it. If triangle ABC is a right triangle, then law of cosine reduces to Pythagoras theorem. You may have if alpha equal to 90 degree, then by putting this alpha in this statement, then by putting alpha 90, because you know that cos 90 would be equal to 0, this term would vanish from here, and we are left with a square equal to b square plus c square. And in the similar way, all these statements are there. C square equal to a square plus b square equal to c square plus a square, and a square equal to b square plus c square. By putting alpha equal to 90 and cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma would be equal to 0, and you will have this statement. And one important thing, that when to use this law of cosine. Law of cosines can be applied when all the three sides are given. Here you can see, to find the angle. To find the angle, we need all the sides. There is no other angle involved in it. If you want to find alpha by using these three sides, you can. If you want to find beta by using these three sides, you can. And if you want to find gamma, then by using again these three sides, you can find. And number two, when two sides and included angle is given. Now, what do you mean by this included angle? Again, I need to show that what do you mean by this included angle? You have seen the opposite angle. Now we need to see that what is an included angle. I need to tell you. Again, I am going to take triangle. Oh. Okay, consider it triangle. Actually, it is not looking a triangle. Just consider it, just to have a concept. Now, if I take it alpha, then these sides would be B. Included angles, the angle made by two sides. The angle which is between two sides, because this is point A, in this way. These two sides are B. These two sides are B and C. Obviously, this B would be opposite to capital B would be here, and there would be C. So this is the included angle. Angle which is between two sides. Angle made by two sides is called included angle. If you want to apply this, if all the three sides are not given, then at least you need to have two sides with you with one included angle. If B and C are given, then obviously you need alpha along with them. If A and C are given, then obviously you need missing beta with them. And if A and B are given, then obviously you need gamma along with them. Now look at the questions. Exercise 12.5. Solve the triangle. Question number 1 is there. And look at the data. B is given, C is given, and along with that, alpha is given. Now, if you are to solve the triangle, it means you need to find all the missing elements. B, C, and alpha are given. So obviously, you are to find A, beta, and gamma. First of all, we need to find the side, because to find angles, we need the third side. We need all the three sides. So here A is missing. So formula for A has been used. A is on left hand side and all the other things are on right hand side, and you will put the values and simplify, and then you will take the square root. Here we have solved it, and here we need to take the square root. It becomes 36.01. Now, as we are having all the sides A, B, and C, so again by using law of cosines for angles. Now beta is required, so you will use A square plus C square minus B square over 2AC. And by putting the values and then simplifying, after simplification, you need to take cos inverse on both sides, because we need to find beta only. And if you want to get rid of this cos, then you need to take cos inverse on both sides, and beta would be cos inverse of 0.1747, that is equal to 80 degree. Now one angle was given, one you have found. You can find the third angle by using alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to 180 degree. Again, you don't need to use this formula. By having two angles, you can find the third angle always in such a way. In this way, we are having alpha, beta, gamma, and ABC, all 6 elements. Now the triangle has been solved. In the similar way, look at question number 3. A is equal to under root 3 minus 1, B is equal to under root 3 plus 1, and gamma equal to 60 degree. Again, by using law of cosines, A and B are given, C is missing. By using this formula, by putting the values and then simplifying it, we get C equal to under root 6. But this question is important one for examination point of view. This question number 3 I am talking about. Again, by law of cosines, as you are to find the three things, we were to find C, we were to find alpha and beta. So we are going to use alpha, and cos alpha is equal to b square plus c square minus a square over 2 bc. So after putting the values and then simplifying, only squares are involved. You may use calculator here to simplify it, or you may open in this way now. After simplification and taking cos inverse, we get alpha equal to 15 degree. And again, as we are having alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to 180 degree, and we are having now value of two angle, then third angle can be found very easily. Again, one question is left for you. I think one question is there. You need to solve that question. And the next is law of tangents, that we will do in the next lecture. Okay, I will send you the homework now separately. I forgot to write here. नेक्स्ट लेक्चर तक के लिए बेटा अल्लाह हाफिज, स्टे ब्लेस्ड।